There's a big difference between buying a private jet and owning one. Like any vehicle, the sticker price you pay for a plane is just the start of the cost of ownership. Next comes upkeep and maintenance, fuel and repairs. To really get the most out of a private jet, there are even more costs to consider, including the cost of licensing the craft, registering it, staffing crew, and more. All told, a private jet isn't just a big investment, it's a big ongoing investment. Owning a private plane is a life goal for many frequent travelers. But how much does a private jet cost in reality? Welcome to Luxury Grid. In this video, we're going to talk about the real cost of owning a private jet. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. How much does it cost to buy a private jet? A brand new private plane can cost anywhere between $3 million and $90 million. Despite being less expensive, used aircraft still cost millions of dollars. For comparison, the Gulfstream website lists a used Gulfstream G450 for $14.75 million. The cost can increase to hundreds of millions of dollars with add-ons and personalization. Understandably, so few people choose private ownership given the price. The expense of having a private jet is much more than the price at which it is purchased. Depending on the size of the aircraft, maintenance and repair expenses average between $500,000 and $4 million annually. The cost of a private jet is influenced by the aircraft's dimensions, carrying capacity, and range. Fuel is one of the most expensive expenses for jet owners as a result. Long-distance flight with larger fuel tanks demand more fuel. For instance, the Bombardier Global 8000 has a nearly 50,000-pound fuel capacity. Fuel expenses for an airplane can range from $400,000 to $900,000 annually, depending on usage. What is the price of renting a private jet? Despite being far more expensive than taking a commercial aircraft, renting a private jet is still much less expensive than purchasing one. Private jet flights are priced per hour. The size of the jet, the distance traveled, and the number of passengers all affect the cost. A private jet charter typically costs between $1,000 and $10,000 per hour. A weekend's worth of aircraft rental can cost $100,000 or more. However, renting is usually a better alternative than buying unless you fly at least 150 hours per year. That way, you can save many of the regular maintenance fees. How much does it cost to book a seat on a private jet? For a light flight, private jets typically have 6 seats. According to Crab, you must know the aircraft's hourly rate, the length of the journey, and the number of seats to calculate the cost of a seat. A 6-seat jet, for instance, would cost around $2,500 per seat at a rate of $5,000 per hour, or $15,000 for a 3-hour journey. This price illustrates the difference between flying on a private jet and a commercial trip, even though it could be significantly higher or significantly lower, depending on the firm. Going on a private jet might not seem like much of a difference to those who prefer first or business class, but this cost can seem incredibly excessive to commercial travelers flying in economy, according to the kind of flyer you are. What is a private jet card membership? You can use the services of your provider's aircraft by using a private jet card membership. Different businesses offer various membership categories and levels. Your monthly membership fee for JetLease Jet Card will be close to $1,000. The Jet Card membership, according to Crab, opens a secure designated trust account in the member's name, with monies placed by the member and can be used to charter aircraft anywhere in the globe. This can seem like a fantastic benefit for frequent travelers. However, for people who only fly occasionally, the expense might not be justified. What are empty leg deals and how do they work? A plane that is departing from a location without any passengers is known as an empty leg flight. Given that the jet is designed to fly with or without passengers on board, anyone may take these flights. Additionally, booking one of these aircraft might result in financial savings of up to 75% compared to a traditional private jet charter. You may look for empty leg flights with many private jet businesses and applications, and you can sign up for notifications when one lands at an airport close to you. This enables you to reserve a private jet for a small portion of its original price, but you have to be very adaptable. For instance, only 24 to 48 hours before a flight is scheduled to depart, you can receive notice that it has an empty leg. Although, some flights are available a few days from when you search, and you will have to navigate your way home. Flights with an empty leg are simply that, a leg of the journey. Can you afford a private jet? It's crucial to consider the elements that affect a private jet's overall cost before you buy or rent one. Consider the type of travels you intend to take and how frequently you will do them in advance. Longer, more populous trips will probably require a more expensive plane than less frequent, shorter trips. Remember to include costs such as fuel, insurance, storage, and maintenance when calculating the total cost of a jet. Think about the following when determining if you can afford a private jet. Number of passengers flying. Is your plane for you and a friend? or is it for a family vacation? The size of the plane you need to look for depends on how many passengers are on board. In comparison to a smaller jet that can accommodate just a couple of people, your plane may end up costing more than the more passengers you need to carry. How frequently you'll use it? While some planes are designed for shorter journeys, some are better for quick getaways. Take into account the time you intend to use your plane. You might fly a different kind of aircraft than someone who flies every weekend if you just intend to use it sometimes. Where you wish to go? Are you going to the Bahamas from the East Coast? Would you like to travel to the Pacific Northwest if you were in California? Using an aircraft with a smaller fuel tank is necessary for shorter flights. Consider renting a plane with more fuel capacity if you're traveling abroad or making several stops. Whether purchasing new or used, the price of a new aircraft may be higher than the price of a used aircraft. The model and size of the plane, however, also affects the price. In general, older aircrafts are less expensive than newer ones, but be aware of any additional maintenance, insurance, or maintenance expenditures. The quantity of personnel on board. Whether you own or charter your plane, you must also account for the expense of hiring pilots and flight attendants. For a qualified team, Aviation Voice estimates that you'll need to set aside more than $200,000 annually. An aircraft management company or the business that is chartering your jet can help you find a crew. How much upkeep you'll require? You'll need to account for routine and occasionally unanticipated maintenance costs in addition to fuel costs and flight crew compensation. Tens of thousands of dollars can be spent fixing a mechanical problem or a shattered windshield, and the cost may be higher for older models. Like with a vehicle, minor maintenance should be carried out regularly. Private jet memberships. Purchasing a charter flight membership is another method to use a private aircraft without having to buy one. These clubs allow members to purchase a single seat on a plane as opposed to the entire aircraft, but it's still a highly expensive alternative. For instance, the well-known jet charter company Wheels Up charges its members $3,000 to $30,000 to join, and an additional $2,500 to $15,000 per year to access shared flights. However, there are certain benefits to being a member of these clubs, such as family discounts and visitor access. Where to buy a private jet? There are a few locations you can look over options if you've resolved to buy a plane rather than charter one and have determined the type you desire. Aircraft can be purchased or sold on aerotrader.com. Buyers can search by aircraft size, location, condition, new or used, year of manufacture, and even price range. You may search for planes using controllers by state, manufacturer, and aircraft certification. Instead of searching for one model at a time, you have the option to search for several models simultaneously, providing you the chance to quickly evaluate several possibilities. While many websites allow you to search for nearby aircraft, you may also conduct a more thorough search of private aircrafts in your area. Reaching out to individual owners through companies or marketplaces may be more successful than trying to discover them on all of the websites where some vendors post their aircraft. Some businesses, like Gulfstream, also promote pre-owned aircraft on their websites. If you have a specific model in mind, a private aircraft purchase is a significant expense that shouldn't be regarded casually. It will be decades before the cost of a private jet is less expensive than that of flying commercially. Even if you travel regularly for business or pleasure, before investing, it's crucial to confirm that you can afford not only the initial outlay, but also the ongoing costs for fuel, crew, insurance, and repairs. If you plan to buy a private jet, consider taking out a personal loan from a reputable bank or looking into your choices with lenders who specialize in lending for aircraft. To be sure you're getting the greatest deal available, compare prices from many suppliers just as you would with any loan. So that's it for today. What do you think of our video? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and would like to hear more from us, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications before you go. Thank you so much for watching.